This is vlog number 4, English 153, Introduction to Women Authors. Today I'm going to be talking about the first part of The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, so that's parts autumn through parts winter. One of the themes that keeps coming back throughout the book so far has been beauty. What has society deemed beautiful and why, and then what actually is beauty? How does that affect us? And just to be clear right off the bat, in this video I do not want to minimize the effects that skin tone and socioeconomic factors have played on beauty standards and the effects it's had on the characters, especially Pecola, but I also want to focus on internal factors. I want to focus in this video on the difference between beauty standards and beauty, as I think Morrison is saying in The Bluest Eye. Okay. So, throughout class today, we talked a lot about the external forces that have affected beauty standards, like colorism, why Maureen is considered more beautiful than Pecola, because Maureen is light-skinned and has green eyes and generally looks white, and Pecola doesn't. And the socioeconomic factors, that Maureen is from the kind of family that can buy her nice clothes and pack her nice lunches and sue ice cream parlors, and Pecola's entire family lives in one room, in what I believe was an old storefront, not even really a house. And so those factors, the idea that light skin is prettier than dark skin, that wealth makes you beautiful, those are external factors determined by society. We could also look at the physical factors here in beauty and realize that both these girls have redeeming qualities and flaws. Like, everyone considers Maureen beautiful, but she has like scraggly teeth, they call them dog tooth, and she had little nubs on her hands from where 6 fingers had been removed. And I was reading through the text and realized Pecola physically is not that ugly. It talked about how her eyes were a little close together and she had a narrower forehead. But also on page 42 it said her teeth were good and at least her nose was not big and flat, like some of those who were thought so cute. She sounds decent looking to me, and she has a better nose than most people, it said. Then we've established that external societal factors have deemed Maureen more beautiful, and it seems to me that they're pretty similar on just a physical, superficial scale. Then we go into internal factors, probably that have been affected by the society saying one skin tone or socioeconomic status is better than another, has affected them internally. But they are different in that sense. From the little we know of Maureen, she's just in the one chapter, she seems to just exude confidence. Everyone loves Maureen, and she knows it. Someone said in class that Maureen is self-assured of her own superiority. I thought that was really good, so I wrote that down. She knows she's something special. She knows everyone thinks she's beautiful, so she's confident, but no one has ever instilled that confidence in Pecola. And on page 39, it addresses that. It addresses why Pecola is ugly. You looked at them, the Breedlove family, and wondered why they were so ugly. You looked closely and could not find the source. Then you realized that it came from their conviction. It's on page 39. So what Morris is saying, it's an omniscient narrator here, that Pecola is ugly because she thinks she is ugly. Society has deemed her ugly for other reasons, but this is internal, why she thinks she's ugly, which ultimately makes her so. Again, not to minimize the external factors that probably led her to believe this, but what I'm trying to get at here through this quote on page 39 is beauty standards, they come from the outside. It comes from what other people say, what you see on billboards, and things that go back to terrible times in our history, as we discussed in class today. But beauty itself, I think what Morrison is saying here, by the ugliness coming from her conviction, is that beauty is internal. Not so much a choice. I don't think Pecola had a choice in thinking that she was ugly. but it is internal. So there's a difference between a beauty standard and beauty, and as women with so many unrealistic body images on TV and commercials and billboards, that's something to remember. If you think of yourself as beautiful, you will come off that way. You will be beautiful, is what I believe that Morrison is saying in The Bluest Eye.